Are you ready for the most painful thing you've witnessed all week? FreedomToons. Support gun control, you child-hating bigot. Let's find out what he's got. This video is meant to ridicule gun control advocates who use children's deaths as a talking point to further their agenda. No disrespect is intended towards any innocent person dead as a result of gun violence or their families. We are deeply sorry these tragedies have occurred and pray that they will end. But it is clear that self-restricting everyone's fundamental human right to self-preservation is not the solution. Rest in peace. Kind of weird. We pray that they will end, which means I don't actually care and not gonna do anything to try to help you. Video is meant to ridicule gun control advocates who use children's deaths as a talking point to further their agenda. Got an issue with this. Some of these people like to portray this as like, you only care about children because you want to take my goods. And it's like, well, maybe they care about gun control because they don't want dead children. Nope, they never address it like that. They always do the reach around. Here on this channel, I don't particularly care too much for making gun control arguments, but I will say, let the CDC do some fucking research, okay? If nothing else, let that happen. While I may not care for gun control, I imagine I will not like this video. Let's find out.
Guns, the loud killer. Or, why you should support gun control and why the only people who don't want restrictions on the Second Amendment are child-killing right-wing bigots.
Look, I believe just as much as the next guy in protecting our children, but gun restrictions have proven to be ineffective. In the words of Ben Franklin, those who would trade safety for liberty deserve neither and will lose both.
I hate that quote. Didn't Ben Franklin also say, hey, I'm in France and I got hella bitches on my dick? No, George, trust me, I'm gonna get these JILFs funding the war.
Ben Franklin was a brainwashed NRA bigot. Plus, if the founding fathers were so smart, how come they're dead?
That's a good point.
Violence, that's why.
Yo, some of them fucking died in duels, so there is an argument there.
Did you hear about the most recent mass shooting? Let me stand on graves and manipulate your emotions for a moment.
Stand on graves and manipulate your emotions. No, hold up. This isn't standing on graves and manipulating emotions. People don't want mass shootings. There's no such thing as a good guy with a gun. You know, an ounce of prevention, pound of cure. The better answer would be to have Medicare for all, of course.
Shooting was done with an AR-15, also known as the ghost gun. Called that because it turns people into ghosts. The AR-15 ghost gun has a 2 trillion round clip, fires 500,000 bullets per microsecond, and if you think that's bad, you haven't even heard about the bullet button. One press of that sucker and you unlock the cheat code for unlimited ammo and invincibility. Even worse.
This is so cringe, oh my god.
AR-15s are being distributed with every pre-order of Call of Duty, and AR-15 ghost guns are being delivered to mental health facilities by the NRA as part of their Kill Children program.
One thing to add onto this though, and I've noticed people like FreedomToons and the NRA never really acknowledge this. You know how many guns are mass-produced by like the United States and the Soviet Union? They're very responsible too. You know how many guns have been mass-produced and then have like found their way into other countries from us?
The preceding information may be entirely untrue.
We need to do something about automatic weaponry.
Actually, fully automatic weapons are illegal and have been illegal for many years, and most crime isn't committed with AR-15s, it's handguns.
Fully automatic weapons are not illegal in the United States. You can still own them. They're considered, Title II weapons. You can still own them. It's just a lot more work, a lot more paperwork, a lot more goes into the process of owning one. But you can own them. I've fired fully automatic weapons. There are like ranges, like gun ranges here in Arizona where they have fully automatic weapons there, and you pay them to fire them. The straw man here, though, he said automatic weapons.
Something about automatic weaponry.
Usually the talking point that I hear is about semi-automatic. Easy straw man to say, these people say they want to get rid of automatics, but actually automatics are illegal. No, that's not what they say, and you're wrong.
Violent crime has been decreasing for years.
This is the big reason why I'm not super interested in gun control. Let's make a trade. You can keep your guns. We get universal health care.
And almost all of gun violence is the product of gang violence in leftist-run cities. The likelihood of actually being killed in a mass shooting is extremely low.
Oh, that's even worse. It's an even worse argument than I was expecting. Violent crime has been decreasing for years. True.
And almost all of gun violence is the product of gang violence in leftist-run cities.
Then he pulls out some insane bullshit. Shit! Hi, it's editing attack again. So I realized something FreedomToons said there. Notice that there's a graph for violent crime rate in the United States, but he provides nothing for the claim of gang violence. Well, there's a reason for that. As it turns out, nationalgangcenter.gov has been collecting data on gangs in the United States. Yeah, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Total number of gang homicides sampled nearly 2,000 annually, yada yada yada. These estimates suggest that gang-related homicides typically accounted for around 13% of all homicides annually. So, 13% is not most. You're about 37 percentage points off, FreedomToons. I get it though, when you say it's mostly gang violence and leftist run cities, it's shorthand for they're letting the blacks cuck us.
And almost all of gun violence is the product of gang violence in leftist run cities.
Well, you really want to go that route. Most gun violence is suicides. He said violence, not gun homicides. Oh, gotcha, baby. One more fun little thing to add, people like FreedomToons won't tell you. The National Gang Center stopped collecting this kind of data in 2012 because different jurisdictions across the country use different criteria to determine gangs. So even this data isn't exactly good. In a typical year, in the so-called gang capitals of Chicago and Los Angeles, around half of all homicides are gang-related. These two cities alone accounted for approximately 1 in 4 gang homicides recorded from 2011 to 2012. I guess that's the closest he's going to get to his claim of most gun violence in leftist cities. When I think of communism, I think of Chicago. I'd like to see an example of a leftist-run city. Oh, wait, yeah, Democrats are all Marxists, Biden is socialists. Stalin, Vuvuzela.
The likelihood of actually being killed in a mass shooting is extremely low.
It's true, but still kind of fucking sucks.
Extremely low? Have you not heard there were 355 mass
What a cringy voice.
shootings in the U.S. this year?
355? That's ludicrous. Who would believe that?
Well, NPR, PBS, HuffPo, Vox, Washington Post, New York Times, MSNBC, and CBS believe it. Where did they get this information? From Reddit, so you know it's trustworthy. The info came from a subreddit which was turned into a website called MassShootingTracker.org. Take a look at these terrible shootings. Oh, and almost half of them, not a single person died.
Yeah, it's called mass shooting, not mass murder, dipshit.
It's almost like they weren't actually mass shootings. Wow.
No, if multiple people get shot, it's a mass shooting. Wait, what? Do you not? What?
It looks like America has the safest mass shootings in the world. In fact, our mass shootings are so safe that we're willing to call 3 or more people being shot with a BB gun a mass shooting.
I'm willing to bet there's no example of 3 people getting shot with a BB gun in that list. But you know what? I'm also not gonna look it up, because I don't fucking care. Does he have sources? Nope! No sources. Okay, so we can just dismiss it. That which can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. Bye-bye!
There have been 14 trillion mass shootings in the last half hour. But it doesn't have to be that way. Look at Australia. Australia is a land where everything is trying to kill you. Except guns, of course, because they got rid of them. Huzzah for Australia.
They didn't get rid of guns. You can still own a gun in Australia. There's just a process you gotta go through. Sounds like it's a lot more of a bitch to go through, but you can.
A country which saw a plummet in violence after its gun ban. Ignore the fact that this is a continuing trend in which gun violence in Australia was decreasing at an identical rate before guns were banned. And seriously, who needs an AR-15 for hunting? Or self-defense? A simple handgun works. You don't need a ghost gun.
That is so cringe. Like just murdering the fucking deer.
Well, actually, the AR-15 is one of the most popular hunting rifles, and they're great for home defense, too. Not only that, but inner-city shop owners especially...
Okay, great for home defense too. All right, fucking nerd time. Guess what, buddy? Okay, say you got your arsenal of guns. You need to defend your home. What are you gonna go for first? You're going for the shotgun first.
Not only that, but inner-city shop owners especially need AR-15s to protect their stores and families in case of riots when journalists irresponsibly rile up racial tensions.
Oh my god. Fucking FreedomToons, you're a fucking piece of shit. Fucking anime persona. Oh, the leftist rioters! Yes, let's kill the protesters. This is a fancy way of him saying, I need my AR-15 so I can kill black people. He's gonna give it an excuse. oh, it's the riots because of the journalists, because of Rachel Ten. Okay, yeah, you just want to fucking kill black people.
Ugh, it's justified outrage. Get over it.
Look, not only are you losing the arguments on
that?
home defense and hunting,
Just provide some actual arguments instead of just making up strawman. That would be easier. Oh wait, he can't do that because he knows he's wrong.
but even if you weren't, the Second Amendment isn't about those things. It's about the ability to rebel against tyranny.
That's cute.
Paranoid and insane. The government will never become tyrannical. What do you think of Donald Trump?
He's literally Hitler. He wants to put Muslims and women in FEMA camps.
I'm sorry, I don't understand the argument he just made. Man, he put some bullshit in these things that's just hard to understand what he's trying to say. Like, I get it's him, like, circle jerking to the people, the conservatives in his audience, but, like, it's not a logically
Home
coherent
defense and
argument,
hunting,
my
but
friend.
even if you...
The government will never become tyrannical.
What do you think of Donald Trump?
He's literally Hitler. He wants to put Muslims and women in FEMA camps.
So do you think we should rebel against Donald Trump? Oh, no, he doesn't. Now I'm strawmanning him! I like how he completely skips over the guns aren't enough to defeat the U.S. military today, and instead does a straw man about Trump. Well, he can't actually give arguments. These people never debate. When they get challenged on something, they'll either nail down on one particular thing or they'll ignore the argument completely.
The Constitution was talking about the militia, by the way, not the people. And militia translates to government military.
What is this argument? I would add, when the Second Amendment was written, they didn't have police forces back then, which is almost never brought up when they talk about this, but okay. I also like how they ignore the well-regulated part. Well-regulated. What does this mean to you? You support the Second Amendment. What does this mean? The Supreme Court has interpreted this to specifically refer to individuals' right to own guns, and that the federal government is not to make laws restricting this. Doesn't really matter. I mean, yes, it matters, but it's not. We're not here to make a specific statement about gun control. We're here to make a statement about FreedomToons.
And militia translates to government military.
Sure, Doug.
What? No, it doesn't.
Why
the
not?
people are the militia. And why would any government need to give itself the right to own guns in a founding document?
I'm done with this conversation, you right-wing, pro-NRA, anti-child, anti-woman, death-loving bigot. You may have been taken in by these pro-violence hate facts, but I have enough faith in the public to trust that they will believe the objective and logical truths I propose.
562,000 subscribers. Yoy.
Guns are icky. The government was giving
Guns are
itself
icky.
the right to own guns with the Second Amendment. AR-15s are useless for home defense and hunting, but are also the most dangerous and effective killing machines ever created.
Wow. Sometimes when I'm, like, making arguments against some of these people, I wonder, like, am I being uncharitable? Am I picking on a straw man? And then I watch someone like this and it's like, oh my god, I'm nowhere close to this.
Governments never become tyrannical. Trump is Hitler, and if he wins, our government will become tyrannical.
Okay.
And if by some stretch you're able to poke holes in any of these airtight arguments, get ready for me to fall back on this. The Constitution is a living document, which means it says whatever I want it to say. The NRA disagrees. They think the Constitution is dead.
You should not be citing the NRA, dog. They got, like, fucking indicted by the FBI because they had Russian fucking agents working for them.
The NRA disagrees. They think the Constitution is dead. Why? Because they shot it, that's why. But it survived. The question is...
Now, they got rid of the Constitution when Trump came along because he said, we're getting rid of all this unnecessary regulation. Did you know they wrote this thing called the Bill of Rights? What a fucking waste of paper. I'm gonna wipe my ass with it.
But it survived. The question is, will our children survive?
I don't get it.
Hey guys, it's FreedomToons. Thanks so much for watching. If you like watching leftist nonsense get destroyed and made fun of in animated form, subscribe on YouTube.
You didn't destroy anything. Maybe you destroyed a few brain cells of the people watching. That was stupid. You're destroying my faith in you being an intelligent
Left is
person.
not-
FreedomToons, more like fascist tunes. Get him. That was genuinely so cringe it hurt me. Yeah, that's the idea. We're hurting this whole channel. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like watching conservative content get destroyed, back me on Patreon. Or don't. If we get a few more, we'll beat FreedomToons. I'm gonna give a thanks to the January patron backers: Dios, Elsie Hupp, George, Jerry Fulamo, Laura Day, Megan Squires, Mellow Cheddar, Schwartz, and Xylorp on Bandcamp. This will be the last video with all the January patrons, so if you're watching this, you've got like 10 or so hours since this video goes up if you want to get on the list of people for next month. Or don't, because it's not really a big deal to me. This is mainly just a hobby of mine.